the human psyche is like an iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is what we decide to be. But under the water, there is the potential to be anything. And this is what Carl Gustav Jung means when he says that everything in the unconscious, personal and collective, needs expression. But this is the society of avoidance. So if most people have this belief that they are good people, that they do things right, and they don't look at their shadow, so all this shadow part cannot find expression, of all these icebergs, the shadow is being pushed down, towards the collective unconscious. And therefore, but the shadow needs to come out. And how does it come out? It explodes. It explodes literally with tsunamis, with pandemics, with war, with the cruelty, you name it, So for me, the result of the American elections and what's happening right now in America, I mean, I probably don't need to tell you what's happening in America every day. What they are doing, they are cutting off the funding for everything, for old people, for the needy, they're cutting off all the funding. They're cutting off all the funding that America was helping all over the world, This is the shadow. So, because not me, because my shadow is there all the time, I cannot avoid looking at it. And I'm actually interested in it because it's thanks to this shadow that I am who I am, that I have created specs, and that I'm doing, I think, very good work with others, and with good results, It's thanks to my shadow, to my knowledge of my shadow, okay? So it's not only something that we do for humanity. We do it, first of all, for ourselves, but also for humanity. So let's think about it. And what I'm really telling anybody who looks at this video, please go and look at your shadow, go and look at your shit. If we really want to do something about it, we do need to look at our shit, at our shadow, and possibly share it with someone so that other people are inspired to look at their shadow as well, We do need to do this as soon as possible to save ourselves, to save the planet, Because this is just going to end up worse and worse, Of course, on another way, I think that the good thing of what's happening right now, the only good thing, is that it is transparent, So I do believe that this is a process, a necessary process for us to touch rock bottom as humanity, in a different way than with the pandemic. The pandemic was also touching rock bottom, but it seems that it wasn't enough. So we need to touch rock bottom in order to do this process of knowledge. So this is a process of knowledge, of waking up, and therefore, this is the worst that could happen right now. It's going to have huge and terrible consequences for millions of people around the world. And this is perhaps the only way that we can wake up and start a complete transformation of the human being and of the human society. But this starts with every single one of us starting to look at our shit, our shadow, so that the shadow doesn't, overcome us, and doesn't, replace us completely, which is exactly what's happening right now. If this shadow was finding expression in the right direction, so across the personal unconscious up to consciousness, because the shadow needs to do this process on each and every one of us individually, and that's why it's so useful to your inner journey, you know. If this happened, you know, the world would be a completely different place. But now we really need to change this.